This is a very personal video that I have to make, and I'm really sorry for anyone mentioned in this video, but I really have to tell my feelings to everyone because this video means a lot to me for everyone to watch. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time now, but I think this is the appropriate time to do it. I just woke up. I feel a lot better now, but last night I was not in the right mindset. So I might have so if I anyways, let's cut to the chase. I am sad. I am sad because my life didn't turn out the way I wanted it to be a few years ago before the pandemic. A few years ago, I was still in school. I thought I already knew what I wanted to be after I graduated was to be an animator, an online animator on YouTube. Where so I I felt like I had what it took to become one of one of the most successful animators. Like, for example, the first time the reason why I wanted to start doing animation is because I grew up watching a lot of animations on YouTube, and it really inspired me. I always wanted to do that. Before the story times, I was I was watching Gmod SFM made videos. And then we have Pimations, and then it evolved to story time. The animations, the usual odd ones out, Jaden animations. That's when it really clicked for me that okay, this I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be telling stories of my life. I This is what I want to do. Become an animator. Just drawing, making silly stories, posting them for like millions to see. I I really knew what I was planning, or so I thought. I was really underprepared. Back then, 7 years ago, I made another alias. Before I was Chris Crush, I made an alias which I'm not gonna be naming because for personal reasons, I'm not gonna be naming my other alias. But that was my first time creating animations. I was really good at it, or so I thought, because one night when I posted my first video, it didn't do so well. But that didn't stop me. I kept on going. I kept on making videos on YouTube. But as time goes on, it didn't grew as I thought it would be. Like how everyone else is. Like if you've seen everyone else, they grew exponentially, except for me for some reason. I was really way behind. So what I did was I created my own Instagram account and I made some friends there. I really I really made a lot of friends and everybody loved me. But being the big screw up that I am, I pushed them away. I pushed them away so to the point where nobody wants to forgive me for what I did. So being sad didn't help. I knew I cannot return as that person everyone wants to think of me. So I made this account, Christopher. I'll tell you something. Chris isn't even my real name. I avoid using my real name so I don't get hurt, but you could still call me Krish. So I created Christopher around like 7 or more years ago. I think it was I really my memory is really blurry, but I know it was before the pandemic. It was before the pandemic. I made Krish, and I remember clearly it was before. Cause was it before? No, no, it wasn't before. It was after. That was when Sonic 2 came out. I remember because before I went to my grandma's house, I watched Sonic 2. I do not know. My memory is really blurry of when that movie came out, but yeah, when I was in my grandma's house when I made my first animation video for Chris for this channel. I really liked it so much. I think I'm gonna. The thing is, I to be honest with you, I liked it too much, but when I look back at it, it was super cringy because I altered my voice a bit, and I had to private I had to private that video. I had to private post my videos because for personal problems, the person who made the thumbnail, uh, uh, for those videos, I think I annoyed her. But yeah, I am not a really good at keeping friends, or maybe she has personal problems. I don't know. She might have had some personal problems, but I don't know. I went hard with this channel. I tried to post whatever video idea I could, and I did that. I wanted to be because I wanted to be an artist so bad because at this point my mindset changes because at that point I was really into anime and manga. I wanted to become a manga artist. It changed it shifted. But I still wanted to be successful because back then I've been watching a lot of Spilding. If you do not know that channel, it's basically Emmy Richu's and Daida's you know channel where they do art, and I really enjoyed them. I really enjoy watching their videos, and it's really to me back then because I wasn't taking you know anything personally, right? Back then for me, I really wish I could go back to that time where I was making videos because I was just by myself. I didn't have any competition. I really didn't have any competition, and that what made it so free for me. It was easy for me to watch. I didn't have no personal hard feelings because in my heart's changed a lot, and I'll tell you why. Uh, I tell you, being being someone who wants to be someone on the internet is a really tough road to be on, especially when you're taking this very seriously because I have a lot of problems here. I want to quit my job. I want to quit my job so I could make art my thing where I could survive on YouTube, where I would post and I would earn a decent amount where I would happily settle down because I heard YouTubers they paid off their parents' credit card debt because they made YouTube videos and they bought a new house. I just want to help my parents. I'm not using this video for like pity bait or anything. It's just I'm explaining my situation of how this social media thing corrupted me down to the core, where I couldn't even enjoy certain people's videos anymore. I couldn't even enjoy building videos because, you know, I don't it's my brain is just telling me, oh, you should. It's like I do not know what's wrong with my brain. Then, but for that period of time where I was making those manga videos and the shorts, I was happy. I was really, really happy. That was like the last true time where I was making videos, passionate about it, making comic shorts. I was just going through with doing everything. It didn't get much views, but back then I wanted to make my own comic, because if you watch the webtoon comics, I wanted to make my own. So I created Toasty and Logan. I was really passionate about it. I was really, really passionate about it. I've been working on it at work, at night. Like, it didn't, like, when I was even going to work, I was going ham every day working on comics, even on short comics. Hold on, I'm sorry. This is the most raw footage you're ever gonna get of me. But everything changed. Everything changed last year when a certain animator posted their first video, and that's when the butterfly effect kicked in. Okay, so the animator that started it all off, Fabimations. That time, everything slowly went downhill for me. Now, before I say anything else, I do not mean any ill fortune to these anime. I don't mean them like anything personal. It's something in my mind that this is the core. Like, this is like my my feelings of how I feel of them so far. Is how I feel about these people. Okay, so Fabimations. I don't mind like someone who started something off, especially the first video, because who's gonna expect? Because I remember when I first uploaded my first video, I wasn't expecting it to explode. I wasn't expecting it to take off. But this one was a rare special case where it took off instantly. And I was happy. I was really happy that time because I knew, like, oh, people are gonna be accepting, like, new animators are arriving on the scene. I was, yes, maybe this is my time to bring back my animation style, since now everyone is like into animations again. And it's always been my dream, like I already told you in the early videos. Been my dream, my passion to be doing animations and art after school. I really wanted to do them. Oh man, it hurts. It really hurts me because I know I couldn't obtain that dream any longer. I'm still trying to fight for it. I'm still trying to fight for it. The problem is, it seems so impossible right now. And Fabimations isn't really the culprit here. The main, the main person, if you want to know who she is, let's just call her the Apple. I bet you know who that is, the Apple. The Apple, let me tell you something. Oh my god. Oh, I do not know how to explain this without sounding like I'm like everything is her fault, but it's my personal problems. Okay, it's not her fault. It's just something I've been through personally. So now I have to give the Apple credit. This isn't her first time in doing all of this animation stuff. She said it in her first video. She said it clearly that she animated for other people before. She had experience. So I'm like, okay, good. Like you have like a veteran animator here. I'm like, okay, but I don't know who she worked on and like how long did she did it for? Like 3 years, maybe she said. I don't know, but remember this. Okay, she started last year. Okay, now I thought she was just gonna be one regular animator, posting story times. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that. I mean, like I could understand why she gets a lot of views and subscribers, but it all coming, but it, but to me, it all came downhill was when she went to China. I do not know if that was the true part. She went. I mean, I mean, like her. Yeah, I think that was when it all came falling down for me because she went to China because of a brand deal. And when I looked into it further, she made a short about posting her one of her videos to a Chinese social media app, and that got her hella views and likes and subscribers. And I was like, huh, good for her. Maybe like like okay, that was like really fortunate for her. Like she's got really lucky with this whole social media thing so far. And let me remind you, this was a year ago when she first started. And then I think in the middle of this year, she went to China because of a brand deal. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's good for her. But still, a brand deal, a Chinese brand deal, where they go to China for free and do all the things over there. Like she's already traveling, and she's just like a half year into her career, right? And then she went to go to conventions to talk about something in China, or I don't know. I'm really not keeping up with her because I don't want to see her or like because I'm really envious of her right now. And then not only that, she made a video and then it explains how I think it's kind of funny because I think this happens to all Asians where they like, oh, actually I'm not really interested except for this one guy. One guy that I'm interested in. I thought that was funny. uh, I'm not I didn't really watch the video properly because I was really envious. I was more envious instead of jealous. I really wanted to be like her, especially for someone who just started. That says a lot because I really look up to the old ones. But anyways, back to the topic. She posted a video where she where on a Chinese website where she got successful in like a day. She went to China because of a brand deal from a major app in China. She went to China again so she could talk on a stage. I do not know what that's for, but like, and then she got engaged. She got engaged, but I could understand the engagement part because her partner has been with her for like 7 years. I didn't watch the video, by the way. I didn't watch the video. I just had the AI overview, and I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this, but I still want to find out. So I clicked it, and I was like, oh, a partner of 7 years. All right, that's all I need to know. Okay, I didn't feel like I thought. Yeah, I know what I thought. I really thought in that love video, right? I really thought that's why you need to do your research. I really thought that because of this one simple donation, and then everyone's calling him out, and then Ringo felt so bad that he reached out to him, and then he fell in love, and then and that's why I thought that's where all this stemmed to. Oh my god! So, but once I found out, they knew them earlier than that, so I was like, all right, fine. And then fifth one, she won an award for her animation. I do not know what award, but apparently there's a like I thought she just posted story times. Story times. I just thought she just posted story time videos and that's it. How did this person manage to accomplish so much in a year? In a year, mind you, this is the first year. Like if you watch any other animators out there, Like even Jaden animations when she started out, like she didn't had this much happening to her before. But now in this day and age where, you could just get picked up by YouTube, that's what I felt back then. That's because before she went all those tree stuff, when she went to China, I knew that something was off. I knew that something was off because I'd never seen any other artist gotten like so popular to the point where an app deal wanted to, sponsor a trip there and do stuff there. It was crazy. That's when that and then when she got engaged. When she got engaged, I was kind of like not in the mood. I mean, I watched Michael Jackson for the third time, and then I was like low cortisol. So when I went back home and then saw Ringo's story, then figured out, oh, she was actually engaged. I was like, okay, I'm gonna unfollow you. No, the thing is, I'm not petty. I'm not petty. I'm doing this because my mind is fucked up. Okay, my mind is like everything bad has happened to me, and looking at other people's success when both shared the same dream of being a successful animator, it fucks me up in the brain. It's like, why didn't this happen to me? Why didn't like all of this good stuff happen to me? Why can't I get a brand deal? Well, oh my god! Like, okay, I understand her position. She's a veteran animator, but like all of this happening to her, all in a year. It's like, man, I could have been doing so much more in a year because I've wasted all my years working and comparing myself to her. Like, I shouldn't be doing that, but I am, and it sucks. That's why I had to unfollow her because when people do not like to see things, might as well just unfollow. I don't block her except for that. Oh my god, I have to say this. Except for this one guy. This one guy was part of the problem as well. Alan. Alan? I forgot his name. He must be Alan. Okay, he has to be Alan. It's this one Asian guy who keeps on glazing these new animators, and I really didn't like appreciate how much he was glazing them. Like, okay, look, we all need attention. Like, it's good to like help people out, but like the way, like, bro, just chill, man. Like, you're glazing them too much. It's got to the point where I was like, she just started. How did you find her? Like, oh my god. Oh my god. At that point, because of that guy and Ringo, I started to think that this was all a plant. That's how my mind works. I just because if you watch this year's Super Bowl performance and Grammys, Bad Bunny won the Grammy for Best Album, and then a few days later, he's performing the Super Bowl. Like, isn't like at this point that's what everybody calls a plant. But in this YouTube scene, like even though like everyone like it's like random and nobody can be that, it still seems to me that it's so hard not to think of her as a plant. But I'm sorry, but I thought that time. So I didn't block her. I blocked the Allen guy because I didn't want to see his face anymore because it kept fucking with me. But what I did was on Instagram, I typed in a specific, tag. I typed it Henry Hen, Hen sorry. I'm gonna mention Henry later. I typed in Henry Zhang and Ringo Suga. So I typed in both of those names. Both of those contents were never appeared on my FYP ever again. So I was like, good, I can scroll peacefully without seeing an apple and then just have to like scroll again. Like I didn't want to see. Even seeing like a stem and a leaf, like boy, it made me trigger so hard. Like my mind, like my day has been ruined because it reminded me of myself, like my failures and like what it could have been. I'm sorry, my mind. I have a problem. I have a mental problem. Okay, and so last night, what happened was I was at work, and then suddenly I saw a leaf and a stem on my main page. By the way, I was scrolling, and it's a suggestion follow, and it's Ringo, and I was like, no, what the fuck? And then I saw the caption, and it says my animation won an international, award. Like, of what? Of what? Where are you posting your videos to? Like, why is everything? I'm like, I should have known. I need more context. The thing is, I don't know if what I'm saying is true, but it's just that my life sucks. I can't do story time animations because what good it is to talk about my life where I am alone. I'm alone. I don't have any friends except online. Online friends. I really appreciate my friends I met on Instagram because they meant a lot to me. And at that point, I just thought I had to give up on, becoming the next person who would join the next new generation of animations, because it's not just Ringo, it's Tokarev, it's it's all these other new people who have joined the scene, and I'm not a part of it, and I've always wanted to dream to be a part of it. It may seem like I'm begging and I'm stupid. I look stupid, but I I came to the realization that I couldn't. I like, even though how many videos I posted, how many things I just I just I really wanted to be. I really wanted to be known as an animator. Just it's like the moment's gone. Like somebody's took it away. And I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's just that the thought about my dream being lost is crushing to me. But anyways, um I've been having, maybe I could tell you a few more stories. I do not know if this is true, but I'm the first person to draw Ringo fan art. Because listen to me, when this whole my first video came, and then Ringo's first animation came, it was like, before she had like views from the thousands. Okay, not many people watched it. Like, and then I was like, oh, I want to make this. I want to make friends with Ringo quickly. So I made Ringo a small drawing of her little Apple persona, and I was like, oh, cool. But I thought that was like the first time I drew her fan art, or the first fan art she ever received. And then so later, and I don't know if that's true, but oh dear, my feed is going now. Okay, I'm gonna edit this part right here because I have extra stuff to talk about. Because this video made it seem like I'm only talking about Ringo, and I'm not only, and it's not just her. There's more to that than just her. It's about myself as well, because how my mind thinks. I think this is a more of a personal thing for me, because when the I didn't when the whole you animators hit the scene, it felt like a revolution. It felt like more people were becoming instantly famous overnight by just off one video, and it made me feel like I'm missing out on a lot. So when I did my first video, it broke my expectations, thinking like, oh, this is it, I'm gonna be a part of the new group. But I I think I counted my chickens, and that video didn't even barely reach. It did. My first video didn't even reach 600 views. It didn't even break 1K views, and it made me realize that it made me it made me think a lot of things. It made me think that YouTube is playing favoritism. You know, maybe I think maybe YouTube thinks that my videos aren't on par with everybody else who's making animations. I think the standard is now is that YouTube only allows people who does animations that are like industry standard. Like, it has to reach a certain standard for it to be acceptable for a wide audience. That's what I thought, that YouTube was now like a corporate thing. It's not like how people express themselves in their art, but it's more than just if you make it you know more than good enough, like anime industry standard animations. It's like you'll earn your spot, but now you're just a washed up guy. You're never gonna be a part of the new animation group. And it sucks because after that, when I realized I didn't get my chance of becoming one of the new generations of artists, it really broke me because those people who managed, like Ringo, Tokarev, uh, I forgot the rest. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I looked at them, but I barely follow them because I didn't want it to remind me of the things I lost, the opportunities I missed out. But you know, Instagram was like hell for me during those times because it made me overthink a lot of things. It made me think like the new generations of artists are like, they're plants. Not just Ringo, but everyone else are plants. Like do how does a lot of people manage to become so popular in a short amount of time, in this short period where everybody just, oh, okay, this is the new norm now. Meanwhile, I've been trying to accomplish this goal for more than 7 years, and it hurts me to think about how people just get it so easily, even though I know they put in work. I know they put in hard work. It's just that in a short amount of time, in the same time where everything is going down so fast, and I'm just like a million steps behind them, while they're it just it just hurts to think about it. And not only that, it it further fueled the fuel. I'm sorry, the fuel only grew more. The fire. I do not know what I'm talking about, but because I thought I wanted to give them a chance. Maybe they're not as bad as I thought they were. I mean, they aren't bad. It's just that I thought like maybe they would care about, supporting small artists, doing collabs. Ringo absolutely declined my offer, and I was like, okay. I wasn't upset. I didn't took it too personally, but one thing, but another animator who I took it a bit too personally wasn't even like the major ones. It was kind of like the minor, big artists, but they're still big. They're friend. They're like still well known in the Instagram artist community, and I really wanted to do a collab with them. Maybe if I made a collab with them, you know, we could I could do more videos with potential new artists that I would love to definitely do love to, because I love collabs, right? I love collabs. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's name this artist. Artist. I forgot. I don't know. Artist B. Okay, so Artist B, I wanted to collab with them because they seem cool, and they're not too major like the big ones. They're just minor. So maybe I thought, maybe I could just made a little animation about me, and then them just coming and cheer me up, and then have a small gag in the end. Maybe I mean like it. I can see where my animations is a bit too harsh, on myself. But that's just an animation. It's a skit. That's how animation skits always turn out to be. They're like skits. But when I talked to them, they were like really bland. The thing is, the thing is, once they got famous, when they talk to new people, it's like, oh, why are you here? Why are you wasting my time? Kind of energy, and I'm like, okay, maybe after this, but I'm only here for the collab. I just need the voice lines. That's all I'm here for. I'm not here to make friends. I mean, I would love to make friends, but it's just that they're not in the mood to make friends. It's always been that case, like for every other artist, except for me. I'm open to make friends. That's why I have a lot of friends in my Instagram group. so when I um so when I asked to do a collab, they said sure. All right, sure, but it has to be tomorrow because they're busy today. I was like, all right, tomorrow comes. I was Then I asked her, are you still open for the collab? I'm gonna send you the lines, okay? I give them proper lines. Okay, I just gave them their lines. That's all, their lines. I didn't like give them a whole story of how the reel is gonna be, but I just gave them their lines. All they have to do is just say it, send it to me, and we're Gucci. It's not even like a minute long. It's like a few seconds long. You know what they said? They said, "Oh, I don't actually like the lines I want to say. meaning like they don't want to do the lines because the lines are like really harsh. It's not harsh in like a bad way harsh. It's just like harsh like in the end it's harsh. But it's a skit. Okay, it's nothing too serious. It's a skit. Like the majority of the lines they have to say is like wholesome, but just in the end, like just the end part where it's like a bit harsh. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do the collab. And I'm like, what? Why do you don't want to do the collab? I said that. It's that they just told me that like the lines could be a bit too hurtful. And I don't want to say that. I'm like, bruh, it's a skit. Did they know? Did they not know what a skit is? But eventually it's like it's fine. You'll find other animators or artists to collab with. I'm not really even that popular. Excuse me, man. Excuse me. You're fine. I'm like, oh my god. I couldn't. I just couldn't, man. Like these. I'm like now it got me thinking. Like all of these people, all of these new artist people are just no. I don't know. It's just that when I think of something, I kept on thinking it. I kept on thinking that all of these artists are, you know, unfriendly people, and I'm afraid because it might. I think it could be true. I'm not saying this to bash these artists. I'm just saying it from my experience. Okay, so don't take this the wrong way. I'm just explaining my experience. I am not, and whatsoever, calling these artists out. I even like I even hide their identity. I don't want to say who it is. Okay? Good luck finding out who it is. But I'm just explaining, all right? It's like I said, it's not somebody too big. It's somebody minor. Okay? Don't take this the wrong way. I'm serious. I don't wish anybody, especially the new artist who sees this, to like take this the wrong way, take it too personally. No, I'm just explaining my experience with them and how it fucks with my mind. But yeah, I I really couldn't handle it anymore. And the main reason that I'm really upset is because of myself mostly. My life isn't as sweet as everybody online thinks it is, where you know it's it's miserable. My whole life my parents have been arguing. They never really got along. I really didn't like that. I wanted to save my parents' relationship by being successful, being successful, pay their pay their debts, pay buy the house, buy and then so they could not stress about anything any longer. Because now I really didn't save it. They're divorced. My parents are divorced, and it saddens me to this day. Maybe it's for the best for my mom, but I really wanted to save the relationship. If I was just successful, I would have spent time with the family more, fixed the relationship, hanging out with my dad a lot more. But my dad, I now have a bad relationship with my dad mostly. But yeah, mostly I do this. It's for my family. I wanted to be successful so my family could see how managed I how much I accomplished and how much I did with my life, because my whole life I've been alone. I've never been that great. I I lose to school competitions. I lose to art competitions. I never achieved or accomplished anything in my school and my studies. I've never gotten good grades. I mean, I dealt with this problem for so long. I never had a real friend. I've always been bullied throughout my whole school life. Since I started until I didn't even graduate high school. That's how insane it was. I just got my diploma. I didn't even get my skirt hat. I didn't even get to college after school, and I don't have anyone to blame except for myself, because it all stems down to me in the end. I really wanted a better life for everyone in my family. I just didn't do it. It was all my fault after all. It was nobody's fault. I really wanted to have a good life. I really wanted it so bad. I didn't care if I won, like, if I became the greatest animator in the world. What I want is a happy family. I hate them all. Okay, so anyways, and then the next, this is kind of a funny story, but I kind of pissed off Henry, which is Ringo's partner. But yeah, I when during the wedding, I kind of felt like, oh, I didn't want to talk to anyone, but I thought might as well maybe I would give this Henry person a try. Maybe I should congratulate him on the weddings. Who knows? Maybe we could be friends, and he might invite me to the wedding. Such a fucking high bar, I said. So what I did was, I texted her congratulations, and then he immediately congratulations on the video, and then he immediately like saw it. I was like, oh shit, he saw it, and then he hearted it, but he didn't say like thank you. And I was like, but since I'm living on the opposite side of the world, I was like, oh my god, this guy needs to sleep. It's 3 a.m. for me here, so it must be like late for him over there. So I was like, go to sleep, bruh. I meant it with good intent. And he got pissed. And then he didn't reply to me next. So yeah, Henry hates me. So much for loving. But yeah, Henry hates me, which is, it just adds more. I didn't mind it back then because I thought it was the most funniest thing that ever happened to me, because that was like the world record of someone hating me so fast. Oh, I really feel much more better. I think I'll feel more better when I post this video, but I have to let everything, like all my pain, share my pain with you guys, because my life really isn't cupcakes and rainbows. I spent most of my times alone watching movies, trying to still make videos. I still post videos, by the way, because I thought that one day I would take off, but not now, and I do not know when. But I'm still making art. I'm still working on stuff. It's just that I have to get this video out there so I could move on from this stupid phase of mine. I know I'm self conscious about it. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid, but I have. Oh, yeah. Okay, not to mention. I keep on forgetting stuff. But yeah, I have to move on from the stupid phase of life because I don't want to be sad anymore. Because even the comment, like, the fact is, like, even when Henry got engaged, and it was Henry's video, by the way, it wasn't Ringo's, it was Henry's. And then you know what? Jaden Animations commented on it. I was like, I was so angry because, like, I was more upset that Jaden commented instead of, like, the whole engagement, because my whole goal is to be recognized by one of my top heroes. Oh my god. Henry, you have the best life I could ever dreamed of. Or maybe Ringo. Or Ringo. I'm sorry. Why am I mixing up my words? Ringo, and then maybe Henry, because I wanted to be known for something. Oh my god, this video is so pathetic. I should probably post it. But yeah, guys, I have to get this video out there. I'm envious of all the new people that I might just, tell you guys about it. I love you guys. I'll still be keeping, and I love my, I'll still be keeping to post my, videos and all that stuff. I do not know what videos, but I'll see whatever suits me. And to all my friends out there, I love you guys. All my friends on Instagram, I love you guys, and I really hope I would meet you one day when I become a big artist, because I plan on meeting all my friends. But anyways, I'll see you in the next video. This is this is the most hardest, toughest video I have to make. It's really it really releases all my insecurities. So I really hope you watch this in one go. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you. Bye bye. Okay, this is an afterword. I plan on doing an afterword because I think I still have to explain myself a little bit more. I am really sorry to all the people I called out in this video. Ringo, I'm really sorry because that's how I always thought about you. I do not know you personally too well, and I just, overreacted, off what I said. You're like you the thing is, I admire you. I admire your art. I just couldn't handle myself. It's a me problem. I really if I wasn't so like too if I wasn't too attached to social media and grow like trying to reach my goals of becoming an animator, if I wasn't too attached on that, I would have enjoyed your content. I really would have, because I really hate the state I am right now. I used to watch a lot of animation content, but now I couldn't. I couldn't because I'm way too focused on myself, on my mental state, on how I think about people. I just I just needed to do this video so I could express how I feel. I didn't want to do this video because, first of all, I do not know how people would react to it. But I really wish people would see throughout all the way and up to this point, because I am really genuinely, I don't mean any bad, bad. I'm just explaining how the way I am right now. Okay, I don't mean anything bad to them. Especially, I don't hold grudges. I never held. I mean, even though it may seem like I held grudges, I don't hold grudges personally. Like, I'm not jealous. I'm envious. I understand that I have flaws, and I'm self-conscious about it. And I and I really hate that about me. I really do hate it about me. I I'm really sorry, guys, and I'm really sorry to Henry and the other animators out there that I've probably called out. I'm I'm super sorry. I'm really sorry. It's not I'm not this type of person where, it's just my life has been a mess. I really wanted a life where I would just sit at home, make videos, make silly videos, and get paid get paid for it. I don't. Oh man, even though, but like that's the life we all wanted, to just do our own thing instead of just going to work, doing something you all don't love. So whoever sees this video, I want this video to end on a good note. I want everyone to follow their dream, even though it may seem impossible. It may seem impossible for everyone, and me included. I still think there's hope, because I want you to take me as an example, even though if I've been through a lot of things that affected me really negatively. I still want to fight to get my life, the dream life that I always wanted, my dream. I still want it to, even though I think it's impossible. It is impossible, but I want to break that, because if one day I manage to achieve it, I'll tell everyone that there's still a chance for you, because I've seen everyone accomplish their dream, and they say that it's not too late. Everyone has a chance. I don't believe them until I do it myself. I won't believe them, because I but unless I do it, unless I manage to accomplish my dreams, I can tell the world the same thing. Because take it from me, I'm like at the bottom of life right now. I'm at work. I'm doing this afterward at work right now. I just want everyone to have the life they wanted, especially me. So whoever watches this video, I wish them the best of luck. And for my friends who kept me sane the entire way, I love you guys so much. Because even though I'm not part of the animator community, where I'm not friends with animators, do collabs, make silly videos, improve, help each other out. Even though I'm not a part of their a part of their world, their team or whatever, I still have my friends, and I wouldn't trade them for anything else. I love you guys so much. I love my viewers so much, my supporters. I really hope this video does well and I don't make a bad impression of myself, because I've been wanting to do this video forever, to talk about the situation that I have right now, and it's and it's helping me a bit. I'm not sure. I just need closure from everyone. I can't, because I didn't really thought about telling my friends my problems with this situation, but I thought I might as well make a video on it. No, dude, the people in the mall. I swear, I should have done this all at home, but I just really thought I might as well get the time when the mood is right. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Bye.